Shopify founders are spending thousands on AI tools and getting worse results than before. $61 billion technical debt crisis is eating the industry alive. But there is a small group of developers right now delivering 10 times the output at half of the cost. And e-commerce founders who find them first are going to dominate. This video is about why AI alone will not save your e-commerce business, but not your Shopify store, not your automation, not your customer support. But before you think this is an anti-AI take, it is not. It's about the one hiring decision that separates the store scaling right now from the ones drowning in broken automation and vibe-coded spaghetti. The narrative right now is that AI can replace your entire dev team. Just use ChatGPT, Cursor, Claude, vibe code your store, automate everything yourself. You're a smart founder and you can figure it out. Every YouTube thumbnail is screaming, fire your developer. But the smartest e-commerce founders I work with are doing the exact opposite. They're not replacing developers with AI. They're hiring developers who uses AI. And the difference is in output is not 10% better, it's 10 times better. I'm working with an e-commerce founder right now. He's technical, he can build things himself, but he stopped doing it, handed to our team, and his store had its best quarter. Not because AI is bad, because we use AI differently than a founder trying to do everything alone. I'm going to break down exactly why doing it yourself with AI backfires, what a 10 times developer actually looks like in 2026, and how to find one for your store. And this applies whether you're doing $1 million or 10 million a year. Every e-commerce founder I have worked with wants to do everything themselves. I see it firsthand. They're running Facebook ads, managing inventory, handling customers' issues, and then they hear they can now build their own automations with AI. So they try. They fire up Claude or Cursor. They vibe coded a return automation. It works on Tuesday. By Friday, it's sending refund to the wrong customers. They built an AI chatbot for support. It hallucinates your return policy and tells the customer they can return a used mattress after 90 days. You don't find out until someone posted about it on Twitter. The issue isn't that AI is bad at this task. The issue is context overload. As a founder, you're holding product strategy, team management, cash flow, marketing, operation, all in your head at the same time. Then you also need to be an AI engineer on top of that. Something breaks. And with AI, the failure mode is silent. A human makes a mistake, their team lead catches it. AI makes a mistake, it gets compounded 10,000 times before anyone even notices. Here's what happened with my client. He's technical, he was building automations himself, he was good at it, but also had a team to manage, suppliers to negotiate with, a product launch to coordinate, and the automation he built worked, but nobody was maintaining them. Nobody was checking if the AI outputs still make sense. Nobody was connecting those automations to the actual business goals. This is the trap. The AI tools make you feel like you can do everything yourself. And technically you can, but can and should are very different. That $61 billion in technical debt from AI generated code, that's not from bad AI. It's from unsupervised AI. Nobody was calling out the hallucinations. Nobody was testing the edge cases. Nobody was asking, does this actually solve a business problem? But here's where it gets interesting. Because the solution isn't to go back to the old ways. It's not hire a traditional developer and wait 3 months for a feature. The solution is a completely new type of operator. And when you find one, the results are absurd. There is a comment I saw on a video about AI replacing developers. A guy quit his engineering job and started consulting business that specializes in fixing vibe-coded products. Business is booming for him. That comment had over 5,000 likes, and it tells you everything about where we are right now. There is a massive gap between AI can generate code and this code actually works in production for a real business. The developer who filled that gap are worth more than they have ever been. A developer is stuck in 2024 coding everything by hand, ignoring AI entirely, they're getting less relevant every month. But a developer who uses AI and speed up the delivery, who has the taste to know what is a good user experience, who has the quality standard call out when AI hallucinates, that person isn't less valuable because of AI. They're 10 times more valuable. Let me show you what this actually looks like with a real client. When my client handed operations to our team, we didn't just build automations and leave. We built what I call a context bank. Every client call gets transcribed. Every Slack conversation is captured. Every piece of stored data, customer support, ticket, sales, numbers, inventory levels, all of that go into a structured database. Now, when we need to generate a weekly or monthly report, we don't ask the founder, what should we work on? We already know. The AI processes all of the context and surface the highest ROI action items. We show up to the call with recommendations, not questions. That's the difference. A founder using AI themselves is trying to remember everything, prompt the AI with half of the context, and hope for a good output. An AI native operator has all the context structured and accessible. The AI performs completely differently. When it has the full picture, think about it this way. You give ChatGPT a vague prompt about your store, you get a vague answer. You give an AI native developer access to your entire operational history, your support tickets, your revenue data, your customer feedback. The output goes from generic to surgical. This is the redefinition happening right now. The best developers in 2026 are not just coders, they are business problem solvers who happens to use code and AI as their tool. They understand marketing, they understand the client's niches, they understand the unit economics, and the AI is what makes this possible. Because the time it used to take to learn a client's business, to understand their industry, to analyze their data, AI compresses that from weeks to hours. So the developer who used to say, I just write code, the business side isn't my job, that developer is getting replaced, not by AI, by developers who expand their scope, the ostrich within its head in the sand. Ignoring this shift, that's a real risk. Not AI taking your job, it's AI enabling someone else to do the job and understand the business better than you do. So if you're an e-commerce founder watching this, the question isn't, should I use AI? You're already using it. Everyone is. 89% of retailers are deploying and testing AI right now. And the question is, who is running your AI? Because that determines whether you get 10 times output or you get 10 times mess. And there is a third shift happening that most people aren't talking about. The biggest comment on the original viral video about AI replacing developer was this: tech companies aren't run by technical people. They are run by suits who care about stakeholder, not making anything innovative. 12,000 likes. Here is what that tells us. The disconnect isn't between AI and developers. It's between the people making decisions and the people who understand the work. And that same disconnect exists in e-commerce. Founders making decisions about what to automate and what tools to use, what to build, without understanding the implementation reality. But here's the opportunity. If you're a developer right now, AI isn't your threat. AI is your gateway to becoming the person who does understand both sides. You can now understand the business, the marketing, the customer, the financials faster than ever before. If you combine that business understanding with technical execution powered by AI, you become something that didn't exist. Not a developer, not a consultant, an AI native operator who can own an entire business function end to end. If you're a founder, stop looking for a developer who just write code. Start looking for someone who asks about your margin, your customer, lifetime value, your support ticket volume before they touch a single line of code. The store that wins in 2026 aren't the ones with the most AI tools. They're the ones with someone who knows which problem are worth solving, which AI outputs to trust, and which ones to throw away. The human in the loop isn't optional. It's the entire competitive advantage. Now I know what you're thinking. Great, but how do I actually find this person? Let me give you the exact framework. 4 things to evaluate. Number 1, do they ask business questions first? Before any code, before any tool selection, do they ask about your revenue, your bottlenecks, your customers? Or do they jump straight into, here is the tech stack I will use? If they lead with technology, they're still thinking like a 2024 developer. Number two, can they show you AI augmented output? Ask them to show you something they have built with AI assistance. Not I just use Copilot. Show me a project where AI was a core part of the delivery, and how did they validate the output? How did they catch errors? What was the quality control process? Number three, do they understand your unit economics? The best person for e-commerce business isn't the one who builds the most impressive automation. It's the one who builds the automation with the highest return on investment for your specific situation. If they can talk about cost per acquisition, lifetime value, or support cost per ticket, they're building in a vacuum. Number four, do they have a system for context? This is the big one. Ask them how they stay informed about your business. If the answer is you tell me what to work on, that's the old model. The AI native operator has the advantage. A system, they ingest your data, they surface insight, they come to you with recommendations. That's 10 times difference. You're not hiring a coder, you're hiring someone who uses AI to understand your business better than you have time to, and then execute on that, understanding at 10 times the speed. Let me bring it together. The $61 billion technical debt crisis isn't because AI is bad, it's because it was unsupervised. E-commerce founders trying to AI everything themselves hit a ceiling. Because you can be a CEO and an AI engineer at the same time. The developers who are thriving right now aren't threatened by AI. They are absorbed into the workflow and expanded into understanding the entire business. And the founder who find these people first, they're getting weekly report with action items, proactive recommendations, and systems that run without constant hand-holding. Now, this was a lot of big picture strategy. If you want to see the technical side, how I actually build the automations and context system I just described, how the reports get generated, how the AI process all of that client's data, I break that down step by step in this channel. Hit subscribe if you want to see those. And if you are an e-commerce founder who wants to stop drowning in manual work, check the link in the description. Here's the thing to remember. In 2026, the most valuable person on your team is not the one who writes the most code, is the one who knows when not to let AI write it.